So when I was on live earlier, I was over here like or thinking and I was talking, excuse me. But it was so funny to me because I literally remember the time when I was at Save A Lot. And now when I started my job at Save A Lot, I was drinking, I was still doing substances and my life, I mean, I was definitely chaotic. So I know some things were definitely on me, but I will never forget working with this person and it was just so shady to me. Like the way she acted, like, and I'm cool with her, but as far as a leader goes, we just were fundamentally different. And people bashed her all the time, even when I started there. So, like, when you're starting with a new company and you're going from a manager that was direct but kind, except when they needed to be rude, and you're going to someone that's just, to be honest, downright rude and disrespectful, it's a huge transition, like a huge transition. So it's like it's hard to I don't know, make that change. But anyway, so when I was under this person, I was with my store manager for a minute. Then I was staying with her for a minute, and then I went to a new person, and um, it's just funny because they always called her Sergeant, and then by her last name, and because really she was, I mean, she was tough. She did a lot of good things, and she was organized in many good ways. But the way she talked to people and treated people was like downright disrespectful. So, like just an example. So one time told me literally got here, hey, you just got here. I would like you to start. I have a list for you, but I would like you to start with milk, bread, and eggs, whatever. She did not say which one to start with. She said just fill them. Like she didn't specifically say go in this order. She just said I need milk, bread, eggs, bread, whatever she said. So then I go there and she's like, I said to do this first, and I'm like, no, you didn't. Like, and we got into it over something like that. Like, had she been clear about, and that's the kind of shit that I had to deal with. Like, if you're gonna be a leader and you're gonna have an attitude, at least be very clear on what you say. So then you can't just have an attitude problem because I didn't do exactly what you thought that you said. You need to be clear. So that's the type of shit. And then one time, like, literally had the DM come in and they sat me in this room and they're like, this was at Save A Lot, and it was very rude. And to be spoken to like this, like I still the DM, if I saw him, I'd tell him I think he's an asshole. Like he was cool, but he was an asshole. They literally sat there and like, Jeff, does the outside of the building say Jeff a lot? Like, I mean, are you fucking kidding me? That's how you talk to people as a professional? Like that was so fucking ratchet to me and ridiculous. Mind you, I came from the military, so people always think the military just talks to you like you're a piece of shit, but that's a fucking lie. In training environments, sure, certain things, if you're training to go to war and things like that, yeah, people will get on your ass about certain things. But generally speaking, the military is not really like that. People talk shit, they have a good time. Most people actually try to give people ideas and they talk, they brainstorm. They don't just treat people like shit for no reason. Like there usually is a reason, unless you get someone that's like really, really old school and they're just in that mind. But the military's been changing for a while now, so a lot of the old school people are not really in, or they're getting ready to retire. So I'm just saying, but you wouldn't come across that very often. Most of the time, they say, "Hey, you're in. Why did you do this? What was your thought process? Let's fucking not do that again." They don't talk to you like that. So when they were like, "Does it say Jeff a lot?" I was like, "Motherfucker, does it look like I think I work for Jeff a lot?" No, like they didn't really sit down. And when we had talks, like even one time, literally sat down and talked to him, like, "Jeff, I just don't think you're gonna make it." And I was like, "I just got promoted to sergeant in the military. Obviously, I know what the hell I'm doing." Like it just made me so upset because I was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me!" And that's the type of shit that's going on in this, just in the world, man. Instead of us talking, excuse me, to each other and really going through our differences and figuring out where the disconnect is, people just want to insult people, and then they wound up sending me back to the old store. And then I went to a busy store, and then I had a conversation there. Then I went back to my old store because the busy store I got into with the person, but I didn't like it, man. They were literally, we kept hiring lazy people. No one fixed the problems. People were bashing me behind my back and not saying it to my face. Like, that shit was irritating. And then the manager was kind of burnt out. So, and I'm cool with him. I don't think he's a bad person, but people get burnt out of these jobs, and then it's very frustrating. So, but that's the shit I had to deal with. And granted, like I said, I was drinking at the time. I was just getting off substances. So I know there was many problems for myself. I can't sit there and say I was easy to work with, but I wasn't the store manager. So that's their job to control their store and not treat people like shit. So, but I was just looking back at some of those things when I was telling some stories. It just reminded me of that. And I thought it was funny. And but to be honest, I learned a lot from a lot of different people and things, what to do better, things to watch out for, and what not to do. So I'm very grateful for it. But I do find that people really are extremely misguided and really in their own heads, and they don't realize how they come off to people sometimes. But Now I'm at a place where I get along with everyone. Like whenever there's a difference in opinion, we literally talk it out. There's no, hey, you're a fucking idiot, or hey, you're a dumb motherfucker, or blah blah blah. There's none of that. Or telling everyone else and then they tell you straight to your face. And I respect that so fucking much. And I'm not perfect either. Like I used to talk shit about people too that I was cool with, and I wish I hadn't done that. I don't think it was anything that was like for their character, well, some of it probably was, but well, I just don't like people that sleep with coworkers. I won't say I don't like. Let me rephrase that. I'm not saying I don't like people that sleep with their coworkers. I just disagree with that they do it. I think it's very messy. I think it creates problems. I think it just doesn't reflect good on leadership to me. That's something I feel. People can do what they want ultimately. I've always felt like if you're going to do it, then at least be slick about it. Like, you don't got to tell everybody. A lot of the companies I've worked for after Big Lots, everyone knew about it. I'm like the team members, you got people coming up talking to you, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Can't you at least keep it on the fucking like the low so people don't know? But keep it on the low so bitches don't know. Bitch, I think that your ass need to go. No, but anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. That was just my little thing I was thinking about today, and I just thought, damn, I've been difficult, and I know I can do better. I can still do better. So, but people are still trifling. But have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out.